Yaha! Nice to see you again. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome, welcome. I am Kaelix Debonair, the bouncer of By the Beat. You should know that by now, at least. I should hope so, at least. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome, welcome. It's so nice to see some familiar faces. So nice to see so many emojis. Thank you so much for the tip. I'm gonna try not to acknowledge it too much today, just because. Okay, how do I articulate this best? I gotta think about this. Okay, so this is actually a good jumping off point for me to explain what we're doing today. So today is a 2.0 intro, otherwise often called a debut 2.0. In this stream, we're gonna basically run over everything that I did not have the time to say during a 25-minute stream yesterday, as is mandated, and as I exceeded by multiple minutes. I tried so hard to keep it within that constraint, but it's so difficult for me. It's so hard. So we're gonna do our best to get over everything today. However, we are still under a constraint. It's just a smaller, like, it's not as bad of a constraint, all right? We worked together as a group, and me and the other members of By the Beat, we all decided that it would be best to do a 2.0 relay. So each person gets about 2 hours, all right? Because it's gonna have to feed directly into the next person. As you may know, my goat, my legend, Zeal Ginjoka, bartender, he is actually going live in about 2 hours. So that's how long I've got with you today. Usually I wouldn't want to cap my streams off on such a hard limit, but because it's a relay, I really want to make sure I don't encroach upon his time so that you can get to know him as well. That being said, I will not be reading out any tip messages or alerts today, but I will do my best to catch up on them in the future. And I'll make a point to say when I'm going to do that so that you know. Okay, I actually wrote a little itinerary just so that we're all on the same page for today. So that we have some kind of system, right? We need some system of organization, or else we'll be here forever, and then you'll never get to hear Zeal say a single word ever again. Okay, so where is it? There it is. Okay, you see this? You should. Okay. So here's the itinerary for today. You ready? We're gonna start off in a moment with the rules. I know that sounds scary, but I think it's important. I'm gonna do my best to establish boundaries as a streamer in a way that's not like intimidating or off-putting or anything. It's a difficult line, you know, between being like, I hate you if you don't do this, and being like, you could pour soup in my lap and I would apologize to you. So I'm gonna do my best to describe what I'd like, and likewise what you could expect from me. Following that, we're gonna do a 2.0 presentation. It's not quite the same as yesterday's. You'll find some of the same information, especially on the simpler slides, but it's gonna have a lot more on other slides. I limited myself to 5 items per list, for example, on the 1.0. But for this one, it's 10 per list, and there are more categories. So I hope you can look forward to that. Maybe learn a little thing or two about what I like, who I am, the things I want to do. And as you can see, I've actually divided the 2.0 section into little subcategories, subsections. So that'll be the general order we do. Important one here, keep this in mind. I actually saw this in the chat while I was setting the stream up today. Some ideas for fan tags and also a fan nickname, something that I can call you. I have a few values that I'd like to prioritize for those, but I'll explain them when we get to it. And then what else is there for you to know? If you have any questions that you would like to ask me, notice at the second to last section there, we've got a Q&A section. So if there's anything you'd really love to know about me, I'll open a Q&A box then. Don't send it now, all right? Keep it in your mind, keep it in your melon. And then when I open the Q&A box, I want you to send it in, and I will try to answer the best ones that stand out to me. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get all of them. I might not even get to half of them. But that's what we're going to do then. And if we reach a good stopping point with that before the 2-hour cap, that is when we will do a traditional model green screen. I'll zoom in as close as I can, give you a proper, the feet descending from the sky, like a traditional VTuber would. And then I also have it on chroma key, like a chroma keyable color, so that you can do whatever you want with that. And that'll be the stream for today. Mind you, I might not find the time for the green screen, so we may have to fit that in another time. I don't know when, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so that'll be the itinerary for today. As I mentioned, we're gonna start with the rules. I actually didn't prepare a text for that in my stream overlays, but I do have it in the description. So I'm actually just gonna copy paste it so that you can have a visual on screen while I list and explain them to you. So let me go ahead and see if I can make this look readable. Okay, hold on. Give me just a minute. Okay, I've pasted it, but as you can see, it's a little long in some of these, so I'm gonna try to clean this up for a bit. Hold on one moment. Okay, let me break these up into lines like this. I think that should make it easier. Oh wait, that's not the right. I totally forgot that I was gonna prepare this too, but it's okay. I figure we can just do this. In the meantime, did you guys like all the debuts? Did you like all the covers and the music relay? Did you like the original song in the music relay? Did you like the group original that preceded the relay? Wasn't it cool? Everybody worked very, very hard, so I'm very, very proud. I hope that you can enjoy it half as much as we all did. I'm very, very proud in particular of the work that I put into mine, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. Okay, sorry for the delay on setting that up. I have it for you now. So these are the rules in order. They're pretty straightforward. I think you should expect a lot of these from pretty much any streamer, but just, as a formality and so that you know, I'm gonna go through these for you. So starting off, I would like you to be kind and respectful just as much as I would expect to be to you. Please do not bully anybody. Don't bully me. Don't go too far with it. I know I can be kind of pathetic sometimes, but I know it's very easy. I make it so easy. And I think a little bit as a joke is fine, but please don't take it too far. Don't be really mean. I'll cry. Likewise, no fighting. Don't get into any serious arguments or anything. Try not to target people in particular. Yeah, just be very kind. Obviously, no hate speech, nothing that targets any sensitive groups, anything like that. You don't want to be cruel, okay? You want to be nice. It's important. Basic manners. That's how you be very debonair, very mindful, remember? So yeah, pretty straightforward. It kind of goes without saying, but I'm saying it anyway, just as a formality. Likewise, please avoid spamming or derailing from the topic at hand. This one mostly relates to keeping a clean conversation between you and me. As you may notice right now, it's probably not going to be this way forever, but sometimes the chat will go a little fast, and that can make it a little hard for me to read in real time. The more spam there is in certain contexts, the harder it is going to be for me to keep up. Just so you know. That is to say, please do not mind. Don't worry about sending emojis at any time. It makes me so endlessly happy to see the yellow hearts appear. It makes me so happy. It's one of my favorite colors, as I mentioned yesterday, and it just makes me really happy. It kind of it triggers in me something similar to what I feel when I see what is it called? A stadium full of pen lights in a certain idol's color. Because I love that. I love pen lights at idol concerts, and that's kind of the streamer equivalent. Oh, the mic is low. Thank you for pointing that out. Sorry for the jump scare in the volume. I turned it down before I started humming earlier and I forgot. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, that's another thing to know. It's not on the rules or anything, and it's not written down, but something you should know is that I'm probably going to be the scuffiest streamer you've ever encountered in your entire career. As a viewer, I am very spacey and very forgetful, and I'm going to be the last to notice anything. So I would really appreciate your help as always moving forward to point anything out that's really glaringly bad so that I can fix it. Because chances are I can fix it. I just don't know I have to yet. But yes, please avoid spamming or specifically derailing from the topic at hand. Avoid bringing up anything really, really different than what we're doing. Unless it's a really good one, but usually it's not going to be, right? Usually we want to stick to the topic that we're on. So if it's a different topic, try to connect it to the current one in some way in general, especially during a Zatsu or a very chill gaming stream. And also, please avoid mentioning anything sad or bad, anything that's going to make you feel gross. I don't like that. We want to avoid that. This is meant to be a kind of comfortable space. I'd really like for my streams to be or to become something that's familiar and cathartic for you. So please participate in keeping it safe and nice and happy. Nothing sad. Good vibes only. That's to explain that one. For third, please avoid mentioning any other livers or creators in chat unless I mention them first. This is kind of a general rule of thumb. It's just considered bad viewer etiquette to do this. More importantly, though, much more importantly, please take the second part very seriously, okay? Do not mention me in anybody else's stream unless they mention me first, okay? because otherwise it really reflects badly on all of us, and I don't want anybody to hate me. Obviously, they would never hate me for something like that. That's just the inner saboteur in my brain. But yeah, please be nice and respectful to everyone on their own streams, and do not bring me up when I'm not relevant. Okay? Very, very important rule of thumb. Very important show of common courtesy as a viewer, I think. I hope that makes sense. Okay, fourth, whenever I'm playing a video game, especially a puzzle game, you know I love those, please do not backseat, or like if you're not familiar with this term in the biz, please do not feed me any in-game solutions or information or spoilers without me saying to, all right? It's one thing, like if I'm really, really struggling, you can be like, hey, do you want a tip? And that's great, but don't just give me the tip out of nowhere, you know? I really, really enjoy kind of scratching my head and figuring things out in my own way, and you know, trying out unconventional solutions sometimes to see if it will work. So I realize it may be frustrating sometimes to watch someone struggle with something you know the answer to already, but please, just as a general rule, avoid feeding these things to me directly. It can kill the fun. Finally, please note that I am only confident in reading English and super basic Japanese, and that's like super basic. This isn't a hard rule though, so much as it's a request. This is basically to say that like, if you comment in a language other than English or Japanese, chances are I'm not going to be able to respond to it or properly understand it. I think a good failsafe in that case, if you struggle with English or Japanese, is to send a couple emojis, just to kind of convey your idea, because I see that and I know what it means immediately, right? But yeah, please feel free to do others in general. Try to control it, please. Just because otherwise I will not understand. I'm doing my best. I mentioned on my stream I'm trying to pick up Spanish again. It's been years since I last studied it, and I'd really love to try it again, because when I studied in the past, I didn't have anybody to talk to, so I never got very far with speaking it so much as reading it and writing in it. And now I've got a new friend, as I'm sure you know, who is a native speaker, so I'm hoping to practice that some more as well. So that may actually join this list in the future. But yeah, those are the rules. If anything is unclear, please feel free to maybe like send it to #HiKaelix. I try to check this after stream as just a general policy. At least I'm going to try to. So if I see it, I might just bring it up on stream and clarify it in the future. Otherwise, feel free to also send it to the Q&A box later in the stream when we do the Q&A part. Because if I see it then, I can clarify it on the spot as well. I hope that makes sense. All right, that concludes the rules. Thank you so much. Okay, let's refer to our little... Wait, that's the wrong one. Okay, our itinerary. Where is it? Oh, wait, I replaced it with a list. Oopsie. Anyway, the next section is the presentation. So let's actually just go ahead and go straight to the 2.0 presentation. You ready? Let's go. Whoa. Hi, you can hear me now, right? I was gone both visually and in the audio. That's so embarrassing. Anyway, here we go. Let's get into some of my favorite things. I'm gonna cover this one for now, I guess, just so that you can see more of my beautiful face, because we're gonna be here for a while. Or wait, oh no, wait, I'm on the wrong slide. Spoiler. No, please, I'm so professional and hinged, and I prepared everything ahead of time, I promise. I'm so clean, right? You didn't see that? Anyway, so slide 1, biography and essentials. We've got my name, Kaelix Debonair, as you should know by now. Don't make fun of it, you remember? Because if you're making fun of my name, you're making fun of Mrs. Debonair, my mother, my beloved mother, who gave birth to me some years ago. I am the bouncer of By the Beat. It's my job to stand watch outside, keep everybody safe. I also have the authority to escort people out if they don't behave, so you better be on your best behavior. You don't want to get kicked out, do you? Once again, my birthday is November 5th. I am a Scorpio. I really look forward to planning some kind of celebration for that later this year, so I hope you can look forward to it. I particularly love having that birthday around then, because I often get to fuse my birthday with like Thanksgiving celebrations in my family, so it's really, really nice to look forward to a bigger feast than you'd otherwise have for your birthday. Because as I mentioned during 1.0, I love to eat. I love food. It's one of my favorite things, and I should thank Mother Debonair for giving me like a low threshold for what makes food taste good and a really fast metabolism. I'm so privileged for that. I am 185 centimeters. That is 6'1", 6 feet 1 inches. 1 inch singular. if you do not know the non-freedom unit. My image color is CD00. It is a dirty, dingy yellow color that I really love. Very tasteful. It can be very difficult to make yellow work sometimes because it's a very bright color. Of course, my favorite is more of a golden yellow. Feel free to associate me with any yellow colors in general. As for languages, like I mentioned earlier, I am only fluent in English. I worry that I might have misrepresented my ability in Japanese and Spanish during 1.0 because I thought about it and I practiced beforehand. I wanted to make sure that you could understand what I said, but it's really difficult for me to like hold a conversation in either of them. I'm at the point in study with them where, because I studied Spanish really hard in the past, I can understand some of what I read or hear, but I'm not very good at articulating myself out loud. With Japanese, I've just consumed so much Japanese media that I can kind of pronounce it okay, but I cannot, likewise, I can't form many good sentences. So yeah, please do not expect any like serious JP or ES use for me in the immediate future. I want to do my best to learn so that I can reach that point. But I noticed that I'm gonna name drop somebody. Inami Senpai from JP. He's actually one of my favorite livers in the entire company. He mentioned on stream that he was like, "Oh, he's trilingual, isn't he?" No, that's the other guy. That's not me. That's Frio. I'm a fraud. So yeah, I just thought I would clarify that. But yeah, no, I'm not trilingual. I can only fluently speak English. I will do my best to study the other two, but the best I can do is read and pronounce it for now. Yes, I will do my best. Ganbarimasu. Haré lo que puedo. My Oshi mark is the ticket emoji and the sunglasses emoji. I realize that might be a little difficult to see because it's kind of dark. But once again, I'll clarify that this is the ticket emoji, not the admission ticket, or like admit one ticket, because there are two different types of ticket emojis. This is the one with the little dotted line on it. That's the correct one. So I'd love to see more of that in general. It's just very cute. I love the ticket so much. I'm very thankful for it because on most UI, it's either yellow or white. And those are my two main colors, aren't they? And then on one UI, it's blue. It's blue. And those are my eyes. So it's like every color suits me. And it's a live ticket. So it's like for the live house. And it's also a ticket which you give the bouncer. You see my vision? Do you see what I'm cooking? I agonized over that. I was agonizing over the live tag. It was so difficult. At one point, I really strongly wanted the lock and key emoji because I'm the lock and key of the group. You know, I'm the gatekeeper. But you can't actually use lock emojis in your bio, and I think that's very important for like people that watch VTubers. So tragically, I had to scrap that one. But I'm glad I did because I'm much more confident in this one than I was the other one. But yes, this concludes the works. I'm sure you know most of this already because it's the same as the previous one. This is the moment you've probably been waiting for. This is the tag determination screen. As you may know, I only have 3 tags for now. I've only figured out the 3. I tried my best to figure out all of them, but I just could not make my mind up on most of them. So what I did is I racked my brain specifically for the 3 that would benefit you the most to have before I debut. And I'm very thankful that I managed to, so that I wouldn't have been the only one without them, because there's been so much support through Hi Kaelix and Kpix. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But for now, we have to figure out the rest of them so that you have more of these to use. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna open this right now, and I'll explain it as I do it, just in case you're not familiar with it. It's gonna take me a second to set this up. So I'm gonna open a Q&A directly here on YouTube. What you're going to see momentarily is a little blue box, depending on the UI. It might be white or black, depending on if you're on like light mode or dark mode, I think. It'll pop up this box, and it will say, what is your... We'll actually start... We'll go in order. I guess we're starting off on a rough one, but we'll start with, what is your tag idea for NSFW? And it should pop up on your screen any moment now. What you're going to do is you're going to click the little button that says Ask Something. And then you type the response. You'll just type your idea, and it will go straight to this little box that I can read from. and that's what I'm gonna pull from. I see already. Oh, you fell. You make me sick. Okay. Oh yeah, as a formality, I'm also gonna try to make a point to write the ones that I came up with, just so that we also have those to pull from, because I thought really hard about them. But in general, I'd like you to be able to determine as many as you can. So the one that I came up with that I liked the most was Debonatrix. That was the one I came up with as a play on Dominatrix, just because I feel like there are so many gross ideas that you could come up with, and I thought this was one of the more tasteful ones. I don't know, because maybe it's a Matrix reference instead. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's get a look at this. Debussy. There's so much Debussy. No. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and veto Debussy, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna veto Debussy. All right, we're gonna veto Debussy because if you're not aware, there is in fact a prolific deceased composer responsible for some of the most iconic pieces of classical music in history, known as Debussy. And it's spelled the same way. So that's never gonna, if that's the tag, you're never gonna find anything. And we'd also be disrespecting Debussy's legacy. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Oh, but yeah, no, we can't do Debussy. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Perverts. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see. Debonair. That is a good one that I can't ignore. So I'm gonna write it down. I don't like it, but I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it down. It was a little too much for Elmo. All right, let's see. Kaelix. I see a lot of plays on like licking, like tongues. Okay, we're gonna add that one as well because that seems to be the other popular one. I'll also brainstorm variations, and we're just gonna cap it at that. I don't want to spend any more time on this one. I hope you're okay with that. I don't want to associate myself with this atrocity that we're cooking here. So let's move. Oh, this is grim. Okay, let me end Q&A. We're gonna open a new one now. You ready? We're gonna move on to the next one. This one's important because I had 0 ideas for this one. I thought as hard as I could, and none of them were good. None of them made me happy, and I'm so particular about memes. I'm a bit of a memer, so I would appreciate your help. All right. So I'm gonna write, what is your tag idea for memes? All right. So once again, you should see a little box appear on the top of the screen. You're gonna click ask something and then submit your idea that way. Da Vinci. Is that claimed if it's spelled with an E? Is Da Vinci? I love those guys. The Voros twins, is that what they're called? I don't remember their name. The guys with the, like, they have the Zelda NPC type haircuts, and I think they're wrestlers or something. I love those guys. Da Vinci? Let's see. Let's have a little look-see at the... Let's take a look at the menagerie. Let's have a look at the menagerie. Deligma is grim and foul. And I'm gonna write it anyway. All right, Deligma. Because I am a fan of those kinds of jokes where it's a setup. Like, it sets people up where they're like, what's Ligma? What's Ligma? I have no idea what that is. Let's see. KLMAO. That's good because it plays on the spelling of the name. All right, we're going to add KLMAO, or it could be LOL. I think that suits it. Yeah, I'll write that down, but I'll also remember that LMAO is the suggestion. Yeah, I will be workshopping these after stream, by the way, because I'll have to sit and think about it, and then I'll have to get them approved. Let's see. Kaelix D. Like XD, like the laughing face. Like, wait, like this? Hold on. Like this? Or like this? I'll spell it like that for now. All right, let's take one more. Let's see. Debo D's nuts is not gonna happen. I hate to say it. I'm so sorry. I know I gave you a pretty relevant mnemonic device for my color code yesterday, but we're not gonna touch Doe's nuts. I hate to say it. Let's see. I'm gonna remember Da Vinci, but I'm gonna have to check if it's taken or not. I'm gonna check if it's taken or not later. I'm gonna remember that one because I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. Let's see. What else is there? Some of these are so goofy. Oh no. I can't say that one out loud. Let's see. The boomer. Am I a boomer? Do you think I'm a boomer? I'll talk more about that later. Let's see. You know what? I think I am gonna write. I'll write Da Vinci, but I'll spell it like this for now. And I'll look into whether there's any spelling variation that is not claimed yet. Yeah, I see a lot of support for KLOL and KXD. So those are the ones I think I'm gonna push if I can get away with it. All right, thank you so much for the ideas. Let's move on to the next one. I hope this isn't too fast or too slow for you. It's kind of difficult to make decisions for me, but I really appreciate all the ideas you're giving me. Makes it a lot easier. Gives me stuff to think about. All right, next we have clips. I really liked my idea for this one, but I'd love to see if there are any alternatives out there. What is your tag idea for clips? So let me go ahead and set that up. Once again, you should see a little box appear on the chat box on the overlay for your stream. You're going to click ask something and submit the idea, and I'll see it in a little box of my own. Oh yeah, I should also write the idea that I had, which was K-Flix. I love this one because it sounds really similar to K-Pix, and they kind of go hand in hand. Also, I forgot to mention on stream, K-Pix was actually Seible's idea, so you can thank Seible for that one. Love that guy. I gotta thank all of them, actually, because they had all figured out their tags a lot faster than me. It wasn't that I didn't think of anything, it was that I thought of too much, and I wasn't happy with any of my ideas. So I went to them, and I was like, please help me. And they gave me so many ideas, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that one of them stuck for me. So yes, thank you so much to Seible for K-Flix. Yeah, K-Flix was the idea that I came up with. Let's see what else we got. K-Clips is a good one. I actually considered straight up full name Kaelix Debonair at one point for the clip tag, but I feel like it's best for it to be like shorter, so I'll write down K-Clips for now. Let's see. K on air, or I wish I could do Deb on air. That's what I wanted to do for my tag, for my live tag. Deb on air, because it's spelled the same as Debonair. Tragically, my last name is also a regular word. I don't know if you know this. Debonair is actually an adjective. It means charming and handsome. So it just will never, you wouldn't be able to find anything if it was Deb on air. Let's see. I love it though. I love it so much. Deb on air. 4K is good. That is a good one. That is a good ass tag name. Caught in 4K. Alternatively, it could just be 4K if it was like unclaimed. We'll have to see, but that's a good one. That's a good one. I think that's a wrap actually. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna close it for that one. That's a really good one for me to consider. My favorite personally right now, I think, is K-Flix, just because it's so close to my name and it's also really short. But I'm really drawn to Caught in 4K. I'm really drawn. And I'll talk more about what all these tags are for later, but I will say now that I really appreciate anything that's sent to K-Flix, because in the future, I really want to try to set up a workflow so that I can have edited shorts put out on my channel. And if people send things to K-Flix, it gives me more ideas of like what you enjoyed in a stream or what you found funny. Likewise, a little favor that I will ask again later, but if you'd really love to see something edited into an edited short, like a proper one with sound effects and bytes and stuff, I would love it if you would include a timestamp to the actual stream link, because that would save me so much time. Otherwise, no pressure, no pressure. I don't want to like ask for it, but it would make me very happy. Okay, next up, we have thumbnails and assets. I had a pretty simple approach for both of these, so I'm gonna open the box for both of them at once. And you can feel free in your responses to clarify which one it's for, or just, you know, if you want to just do both of them in the same message. What are your tag ideas for thumbnails and assets? All right, start Q&A. You should see a box appear on your screen once more. Feel free to click ask something and then submit your idea, and I will take note of them diligently. The ideas that I had, it was for thumbnail, I remember it was Debonair, like Debonair, but with an L, which is kind of silly. And then for assets, it was for Kaelix, which I personally really like. It's simple, but that's basically what an asset tag is, right? It's like you drawing hands and stuff specifically for me to use. So I thought that was cute, but I'm curious to see if there are any other ideas out there. Camera, that is a good one. Camera, like a camera, because I have my history as a male model. So yeah, I think I'm gonna add that to the thumbnail. I'm gonna add that to thumbnail. Camera, and that also opens up like a window for like camera roll if I wanted to, or if like camera was claimed for some reason. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, you can't really go wrong with just a simple like name thumb. I see a lot of K thumb. That's a pretty straightforward one, easier for people to guess on their own as well. Let's see. Thumbinair is showing up a lot, and that's cute. It makes me think of Thumbelina. Makes me think of Thumbelina. I think I'm gonna cap off the thumbnails here though, and we're gonna think up assets. So let's see, what are the 2 tags I'll take for assets? Licks ass. Wow. 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 Okay. Oh, 4 Kaelix is good too. Though if I ended up going with, oh, that would make it shorter though. I could honestly, here, I'll do like in like sub parentheses 4 Kaelix, right? Because that's even shorter. Shortness is a good buff for a tag. I think it makes it easier to have multiple tags in a post, for example, alongside a cassette, what is it? Caption, that's what I was looking for. K-sets, that's good, that's good. Let's see. Yeah, I see a lot for K-sets. Let's see, DevTales is cute. Yeah, K-set seems to be the most popular one that I'm seeing in here, other than the other ones that we've already written down. So we'll add K-set. And then I think I want to do one more since the other one's more like a sub-flavor of the first one, right? K-accessories! That is cute. That is really cute. And I'm going to add it. I think, would it be better to do like with the double C? Or with the X, like I have in my name. I'll stick with the X for now just because it's shorter. But I'll workshop that and investigate later. All right. The moment of truth. Moment of truth. I've thought a lot about this one and I've been devastated trying to come up with stuff on my own. But also, I had it in my mind that even if I came up with a perfect one, I would still let you try to come up with it for me because I think it's very important that you like the name that you're called. So I wanted to take ideas for you from you for this. So last but not least for the polls, and then I won't open the Q&A box till later in the stream. What would you like me to call you? Okay. Boom. Once again, you should see a box appear on the chat. Please feel free to click ask something and submit your idea for a fan name. Oh, these are so clever! These are so clever! You're so wise! You're so wise and smart! Okay. So immediately, I saw this while I was setting up as well. Monkey is showing up a lot. And I love monkeys very, very much. And I would love for you to be a monkey. So I'm going to write that down and I'm going to investigate later. But I really love that one right away. Let's see. I see Debouncer as a lot as well. Debouncer. I think you might hate this, but I think I'm gonna have to veto that one because it sounds like Debouncer, which I'm not gonna elaborate on why I don't like that. Let's see. Debonair. That is so clever. Debonair's like heir to a throne or to like a dynasty. That is so cute. That is so cute. I love that. That is so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I will say I actually forgot to mention my values for this. My values for this are that it's something unique so that you can search and find things with it. And also that it's easy for me to say in an English sentence since that's my main language. So I hope that can help as I figure out these last ones. I want to take more suggestions for this one and think about it a bit more, but let's see. K-elixirs. Okay, since I'm seeing that one a lot, I'll add it because I considered it, but I wasn't sure because, you know, like elixir like this. I thought about that, but also I'm not a doctor or an alchemist or anything, but I'll add it anyway, just because I see it a lot and I'll investigate. I'll scratch my brain. I'll green needle. Brainstorm. Let's see. Devotees is so good. That was actually my first idea. That was the one that I pitched. And I was told that devotee is not in G, but that I may want to avoid it because it was tragically claimed several years ago by some podcast, and I really don't want to encroach on anybody else's brand. I don't want to steal something. I want it to be ours. So I do love devotee. That was the one I was really sure about when I thought about it, but I want it to be ours. So I think I'm gonna veto it tragically. Debonair is so clever. It's so cute. I'll write it in singular, actually. That's how I'll format this list. Oh, it's so hard to decide. K-affiliate is cute. Kaelin, like elites, That's cute. I like that. I think it looks cute in spelling. I don't know about pronouncing it, but I'll workshop it. I'll workshop it. Okay, and then we're gonna add another line here, just so that I have plenty to pitch and investigate. Because with fan names, it's a lot harder to come up with something that is totally unique. Let's see. Debonair is cute. I do love apes. I do love apes. I'll remember that one. Let's see. Let's see. Katrin is really cute. Katrin is really cute. Like patron, that is cute. That is really cute. I like that a lot. Let's see. Ticket is so cute as well. Ticket, like that. I like that. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Oh, you're too good at this. You're way too good at this. Okay. K-lights. Oh, it was like pen lights? Oh, that's cute. That's a cute way to say that. I'll remember that for the one that I was reading as K-lights. Let's see. Hyenas, like hyena. That is cute. I feel like I'm already being kind of profiled for my silly little laugh that I have. I don't know. It's almost compulsive, honestly. I can't help it. I just have such a good time when I'm live. Or wait, how would I spell this? Like, how do you spell hyena? It's like H-Y-E, like that. K-yin. I don't know how to spell this. Hold on. How did you write that? Kenyas. Oh, nya. I just misread it. You want to be a cat? You want to be a cat, huh? I know what you are. All right, let's see. I'm sorry to keep you here so long. It's just so difficult to make up my mind with these things. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll take one more, and then those will be the ones that I pull from later. Let's see. K enthusiast is cute, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna add this in the list. All right, K enthusiast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so these are the ones that I'm gonna pull from. I will think really hard, and then I will pitch them to management, and I will get back to you as soon as I can within the next few days. Maybe it could be a week even, if it takes me that long to make up my mind. But yeah, you will know soon. You will know soon. Thank you so much for your help figuring this out. I appreciate it. I was genuinely, I cannot tell you the weeks that I spent poring over ideas, and none of them made me happy, but every single thing here makes me happy almost. So thank you so much. All right, let's move on. The works. So when it comes into things that I like and dislike, I wasn't able to say quite as much yesterday. I didn't want to yap you off too much and get in trouble. So to get into it a bit more, I will start with singing. I love singing very, very, very much. It is everything to me. Nothing makes me happier than performing live, specifically singing live. I'm very, very thankful to be able to sing live now, and to have people out there who can listen and support me, listen to and support me. So thank you so much for being here. I really look forward to the karaoke later this week. I'm so excited. I've missed singing so bad. So that being said, I have a long way to go in my vocal journey. So I'm hoping to train and practice up as much as I can, become a total powerhouse maybe someday. But for now, I will hope for your support in earnest. I actually have a classical background in music. I kind of abandoned this the moment I entered the modeling industry after I graduated high school, but up until high school graduation, I was very deeply, classically trained. I had one-on-one tutorage with my choral director. He took it very, very seriously in my case because I was the only one in my tiny class that had any interest in it. Everybody else was just kind of balling, they were just there for the easy class. But yeah, I took chorus very, very seriously. And I took operatic training very, very seriously. I'm kind of washed now. I don't have the same classical technique that I used to, but I have enough of a background in it that it makes it easier for me to learn things now. It makes it easier for me to harmonize with things and to write vocal arrangements. So I really hope to put that to more use and maybe relearn some technique. Who knows? I doubt that I'll have much use for it in the streaming sphere, but you may see something classical someday. Who knows? When it comes to performing live, though, these days, I really love anything that is really jazzy. I love jazz music. I was very insistent on having like an original jazz BGM track. I'll talk more about the person that made it later, but you can hear it right now. Isn't it so wonderful? I'm very thankful he was able to capture the bossa nova style I love the most. So I'm very, very thankful. Aside from jazz, I love really cute stuff. It might seem very silly, but because I know I'm meant to be this very mature and handsome figure, but I don't know. In my heart, I just love to be a little creature. So I'm very drawn to like cutesy idol music and cutesy any songs. So you may see some of that from me in the future if I decide to be really self-indulgent at some point. It's especially what I like in the context of singing in Japanese. When it comes to studying singing in Japanese and practicing and listening to it, I'm really drawn to seiyu type vocalists, people that are more voice acting than properly singing. I just really, really, really enjoy it. So yeah, I think that kind of covers singing for now. You'll hear much more about it in the future just at random points, but that's basically the TLDR. I'm classically trained, I love jazz music, and I love idol music, and I look forward to the chance to sing for you as much as I can in the future. As far as monkeys and monkey videos go, they are my favorite animal in the whole world. I have been collecting monkey plush toys since I was a kid. I have literally, I'm not exaggerating with this, by the way. I realize this is going to sound like a big number, but the last time I counted, I had over 200 of them. Over 200, and they are to my immediate left, half of them. I use them for noise cancellation. So that, because I don't know if you're familiar with using microphones for broadcasting or recording, but you have to noise treat your room so that there's not a bunch of echo. My noise cancellation is just a bunch of monkey plush toys. I have so many of them. I love them so much. I take good care of them. I de-stuff some of them and rewash them every now and then. And I'm very, very happy to like collect more. I'm very, very thankful too. I am a very easy person to shop for among my friends. They'll just see a monkey plush toy and be like, Kaelix would love this. And Kaelix does love it every single time. Every single time, trust and believe. So yes, I love monkeys very much. I really love monkey videos. They bring me great peace. Anytime I'm stressed, I'll straight up, like, I'll pull up a social media network and I'll just type in monkey video and I'll just pull up the first one I find and then I feel better. I especially love smaller monkeys, like baby monkeys. I love baby chimps as well. I love goofy gorillas and orangutans. I love them all. I love all primates very much. But yeah, the smallest ones with tails are my favorites. Baby monkeys. I love them very much, like capuchins. I love those so much. They're so good. I would love to have a little monkey on my shoulder. Wouldn't that be so nice? Yeah, I love them very, very, very much. You will see me tweak out in the most ridiculous way if a monkey appears in any context during like a game or something. Next, I love swords. I just think swords are really cool. I want a sword really bad, and I think I should have a sword. I just think I'd be a better bouncer if I had a sword on my hip. I just think that swords are really, really cool. I think that every civilization in history convergently developed its own version of the sword, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I think they just knew, as they were figuring their weapons out, that the sword was the coolest one. It's just the best. It's the crab of weapons. Every weapon will become sword-like if it's given enough time to develop. Like, it's just so cool. I love swords so much. I love katanas, like single-edged blades. I love talwars. I especially really love double-edged blades. I love, my favorite is probably the rapier. I love rapiers, or like estiks, like stabbing type swords. I love them so much. They're so cool. Like the really regal fencing-looking swords. Oh, I love them. I love swords so much. I want a sword. Give me a sword. Please give me a sword. Next, I love long naps. I love to sleep. Nothing brings me greater peace than that specific slot of time between like closing your eyes and falling asleep. That little period where you're kind of like semi-conscious, you know what I mean? Like you can hear things around you, but you don't understand them. I love that so much. It's like you're floating in warm water. I love that. I want to live in that. Unfortunately, I got a job, so I can't nap all the time. I'm really bad at controlling how long I nap. Fun story, actually. Though it's actually, in technical sense, it's irrelevant, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's kind of goofy and it's kind of relevant to this beginning of my career under NIJISANJI. But I slept through my very first interview for NIJISANJI EN. That is a fact. I slept through it. But it wasn't because I let nap for too long, in my defense. It was because I got the time zone wrong. I scheduled it for the wrong day. And so I'm going to bed really excited for the next day. I'm like, oh, I hope they like me. And then they're emailing me like, yo, Kaelix, you good? Where are you, bro? We're waiting for you. And I'm getting my beauty rest. Like, I have no idea, blissfully ignorant, like, me. Then I wake up the next day and I have a heart attack. But they were totally understanding. I explained why I got it wrong, and they were so willing to reschedule, and everything went great, and now we're here. Yeah, fun story. Fun story about my journey. I love to sleep. I will always choose to sleep instead of something else if I can get away with it. So apologies if in the future I cave in and reschedule a stream, but I try to be a professional about that, so you won't see it often. It'll be very, very rare. That scenario will be like I accidentally stayed up all night watching monkey videos or whatever. I love food. I love food very, very much. It's my favorite thing about being human. I just think life would not be as cool if we didn't have to eat, because needing to eat means that we make such cool recipes, and every culture has its own best recipes. And like within every culture, like there are different families that have their own takes on the best recipes. I just love that so much. I'm not a good cook. I will say I can only really cook breakfast foods, but I love to eat. I love it so much. I love buffets. I really love pasta. I mentioned. My favorite dessert is cheesecake. I love that very, very much. It's the best dessert in the whole world. My favorite pasta is probably lasagna. I think I wrote that on a slide that I spoiled for a moment earlier, but yeah, I just love food in general. The best way to butter me up or get me in a good mood is to treat me to a nice little meal. Doesn't have to be a big meal, just a meal in general. I will enjoy it. Something people kind of make fun of me for in my life, like friends and family. They'll see me eat and they'll be like, "You're really enjoying that, aren't you?" Because I'm such a, I don't know, I guess it just shows on my face. I'm like, it's kind of embarrassing, but you know, I'll wear it like a badge of honor. Next, I love walks and hikes and adventures. I love to go outside and soak in some sun. I love a nice walk during the day. I'm actually very excited because it's finally getting warmer where I live, because I love to, you know, take my health seriously. I prefer to exercise via cardio. I like to have a nice walk and a jog. But it's very difficult for me to do in the fall and the winter. So now that we're entering spring, I'm able to start walking again. I'm very excited. I will also apologize in advance because you're getting to know me now as we enter spring. I get the worst seasonal allergies ever. So you might hear me become very suddenly congested within the next few weeks. I'll apologize for that now. Yeah, I love a good walk. As for my dislikes, I can talk about these a bit more now. I'd still prefer not to talk about them too much because I like to dwell more on the positives. You know, I don't like to think too much about the bad stuff. It just puts me in a bad mood, you know. But I'm not a big fan of iced or cold beverages. I like things more warm or room temp, even hot sometimes. I don't know. When it comes to cold beverages specifically, we'll start with that. I just really, I find it almost pointy. Like it hurts my throat to drink a lot of it. Like if you give me a cup of iced water, I'm gonna have to take it in sips, because if I drink it like I want to drink it, it's like there's pins and needles in my neck. I don't like it. It's just not good. I just can't do it. But I respect that it's got to be good for most people, right? Otherwise it wouldn't be the standard at restaurants, right? Yeah, I can drink it. I just don't like it. It just kind of hurts. I'm too sensitive in my throat, I guess. And then it's kind of similar for sodas and sparkling water. I drank it as a kid, but I don't know how I ever managed. What happened was I gave up soda when I started taking vocal training seriously when I was like 15 or 16, I think. And I haven't had soda ever since, or at least not regularly, right? I'll just have once like every year or two just to remember what it's like. And it's like acid to me now. Just for me, because it's been so long. It's so like sharp and loud in my throat. But again, though, I respect that it's got to have appeal to it. Otherwise, nobody would drink it, right? Yeah, do not hand me a soda. Needless to say, I'm really looking forward to the Batsunge for Friday with By the Beat, because I don't know if you remember, but we're going to be playing Buckshot Roulette. And I think the punishment for the game is to drink shots of pilk or something like that. I don't know if it's pilk specifically, but it'll be like a soda and a milk. I don't drink milk either, because milk is also bad for your singing voice. So it's like a combination of my two least favorite beverages. I will have milk and cereal sometimes, though. You can't really have cereal without it. I really love like oat milk. Oh, I love oat milk. That's really good. Yeah, no, I can't do sodas or sparkling water, and I can't do cold drinks. I'm just not good at it. Cockroaches. No, I really really don't like cockroaches. But to clarify, I love bugs. I love insects. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved them. I used to play with them when I was little. My childhood was kind of spent running around outdoors because I lived in a very rural area when I was a kid. Very like forested, like farm type town, you know what I mean? And my childhood was spent like catching fireflies and collecting beetles and stuff. So I really love bugs. And I've always been the person to like escort the spider out of the room when people get scared. I don't like when people squish bugs, but I'll squish a cockroach. They deserve it. They're too good at this. They're too good at this game called life, and that's scary to me. It bothers me. I just can't stand cockroaches. I can't do them. I can't do cockroaches. Like, I'll give a pass to any other animal, including wasps, which I don't really like, just because wasps are so mean. Like fruit flies even. They're kind of like a nuisance bug, but I don't mind them. Ants, I actually love ants. Ants will leave you alone if you just don't leave any food out, right? Cockroaches are too good, and they cannibalize each other, and that's gross. And I don't like them. I really don't like them. No, I don't. The happy birthday song. I have to elaborate on this one, and I also have to apologize for it because it makes me so sad that I feel this way about it. So I'll preface by saying that I love when people sing anything together. Nothing makes me happier than, like, one of my dreams, actually. I'll talk about this more when I get to goals, but one of my dreams is to reach a point where I can hear people singing along to me, like at a real concert someday. So just to clarify, I love when people sing together, and I don't mind when it's out of tune. But for some reason, ever since I was a kid, whenever I would get the happy birthday song for my birthday parties, my family would all sing together, and not everybody could agree on what key they were singing it in. It was like, I don't know, it hurts my ears, and I feel so bad about it. It makes me feel so pretentious. It's like, oh man, look at this guy. He's too good for us. But no, it's not like that. It just literally, like, dissonant, like, contrasting melodies are just kind of painful. I just can't do it. There's also something kind of awkward about the happy birthday song in particular, like being there because everybody's looking at you and they're like, for he's a jolly good fellow, you know, like, I just can't do it. It's kind of embarrassing. Like, what are we gonna do next? It might be ironic though, since I love to be on stage. There's just something about a happy birthday. Like, if the crowd is singing at you specifically and you can't say or do anything, you're just sitting there. Yeah, I don't know. That's my gripe with the happy birthday song. That being said, I hope that nobody will ever hesitate to sing it for me because I love when people sing it. It warms my heart. It's just the sound of it itself that kind of overwhelms me almost. I'm very bad with complicated noise. That's another like weakness that I should have listed. Yeah, I get really, really overwhelmed by like really dissonant or chaotic noise. Like a crowded building can be kind of stressful sometimes. I hate going to the airport. Miserable. I hate that. I hate it so bad. This is kind of, it connects to the last bullet on the likes list, but I don't really like cross-country running. Again, I love a good walk. I love a good jog. I love to keep in good fitness, or at least decent fitness. I'm not like shredded or anything, but you know, I like to be in good health, and I love to get my sun in. How would you say that? I love to go out and get some sunlight, but I cannot run for that long. I'm a born sprinter. My talents are wasted on cross-country. I can't do it. I get winded so fast. I have to pace myself. I remember I always hated whenever they'd make us run the mile. I always hated it so bad. I hated running the mile because I was also growing up, I was incredibly competitive. I was the most competitive kid in the universe. So I always had to be like one of the first 3 to finish the mile. So I would push myself really hard to make it to the end. And I think I straight up passed out one year. Like, I blacked out and had to like squat down to the ground, and they were like, Kaelix, you okay, guy? You okay? You okay, bro? And I was like, ooh. Yeah, no, I'm really bad at running long distance. My heart just can't take it. I don't know what it is. Even when I'm in great shape, I just can't do it. That's like the one exercise I can't like really improve at. So I'd really love to try and improve my stamina elsewhere at least. For example, I'm trying to learn how to dance now so that I can do stuff in the future, maybe in a hypothetical 3D timeline if we ever get that far. But yeah, I just don't have the stamina for running cross country. I can't do it. Really respect people who can though. I love people who can do marathons. I think that's one of the coolest things you can do. Finally, I hate steam beats. I just have really rough memories of them. I came from the kind of household where if you were served something on the plate, you had to clean the plate. You had to finish every single thing. And I was good at that usually. I could make myself, even though I was a really picky eater about certain textures and flavors, I was able to make it work. You know, I would just pinch my nose, I'd get it down. I'd swallow it. I'd just make it happen. I just can't do steam beats. Ever since I was a kid, I've never been able to do steam beats. Smelling it just makes me start feeling queasy. I can't do it. I can't do it. It will never happen. I know it's kind of appealing to like hear that a VTuber hates something like a food and be like, oh, I would love to see him eat this as a batsuge. I'm gonna cry if I have to do that on stream. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry to say. Hope that doesn't disappoint you. Just some lore about me. I hate the steamed beet. I hate it so much. I think I could eat a regular beet though. I've never had one like regularly, like just like the unsteamed vegetable. So maybe that could be a batsuge someday. Who knows? I might hate it, but not as much. But yeah, those are my likes and dislikes. I hope you understand. All right. Next we have the slide that I spoiled earlier. So I'm gonna go over films first. We'll go top, bottom, and then left, right. I think that's the best way. So we'll do films, then shows, then anime, then game. Yeah, I think that's the best way to get through this because then they kind of relate to each other in a way. So with films, I saw someone accusing me of being a boomer because I had multiple works from the 1980s. And I gotta clarify, this might disappoint you or surprise you, but I think Kaelix is the maknae of By the Beat. I think, no, the context for me liking some older films is just that when I was a kid, I didn't have cable. We didn't have access to live television. So if I wanted to watch something, I had to have it on VHS or DVD. And we wouldn't go out of our way to buy that many DVDs. We'd buy some. Like we had the box set for Avatar: The Last Airbender and some SpongeBob seasons as well. But for most things that I'd watch, it would actually be something that my parents had collected on VHS when they were, just before giving birth to me, before my mother was pregnant. So yeah, a lot of the films that I find most nostalgic are just the things that I watched as a kid. And those are just the things that my parents really liked before I existed. Yeah, those are my favorite films. I mentioned this on debut, but I really love any story where it's like a group of kids working together to conquer a problem, especially like a really like adult or serious problem or something supernatural, because it fills me with hope and love and joy and light, and it makes me believe in the world and in the future. It makes me feel like I can do anything. Like if these weak little guys can make this happen, I can make anything happen. That's how it makes me feel. It just feels really, really good to have a story like that and to like have them be tested by something really unfair and just they weren't prepared for it, but they made it work in the end. I love that. I love that so much. I also really, really love, I didn't talk about this on debut because I didn't want to scare you away too early, but I do actually love horror films. I think I mentioned that I get too immersed when I play video games, so I don't like playing scary games by myself very much, but I love scary movies. I think the distinction with that is that when I play a game, like a switch in my brain somewhere flips, and I think that it's happening to me for real. Like it's like, oh, the lunch lady is chasing me specifically in real life, and my heart reacts to it, and I'm sitting in a puddle of sweat, and I just can't do it. But with films, it's like I'm watching it happen to someone else, and I almost said something scary. I was about to say I really enjoy that, but that kind of makes it sound like I'm like a masochist or something, or no, what was it? A sadist. It makes it sound like I'm a sadist. But no, it's not that I like to watch people suffer or anything. I just really love, I don't know. I find anything that will like put a slight pit in my stomach really fun. Like being nervous, but in a safe environment. I like that. I think it's fun. So like when it comes to films like The Substance or The Autopsy of Jane Doe, those kind of cover those, I think. I also love really just classic but like not really deep comedy films. I love anything that makes me feel good. Mrs. Doubtfire was a really, really nostalgic one, and it's one of the ones I think I mentioned that I can quote several films on loop at some point, unless I forgot to mention that. Debut was a rush. But anyway, because I only had so many films on VHS, I can quote about 6 films from beginning to end almost, from memory. Mrs. Doubtfire is one of those. I'll spare you the demonstration. In fact, I think it would be a violation of copyright if I tried to quote something like that, but you can know that I can quote Mrs. Doubtfire, I can quote Matilda. Jim Carrey's The Grinch is another one. It's so dangerous. It's like someone, my siblings know this about me too, and they activate it on purpose because they find it funny. My younger siblings, they'll be like, Martha May Whovier has the best lights. And then I have to keep going, and it's so hard not to. Or it'll be like, Bruce Bog Trotter. No, this is dangerous. I can't flirt with this right now. But yeah, for shows, I really love a lot of cartoons. I love a lot of like family sitcoms. My favorite cartoon of all time is Adventure Time. It's very, very special to me. It was a very, very nostalgic show. I really, really got attached to the characters, and I watched it as it was released in real time, and it meant a lot to me. It always meant a lot to me. It's very, very precious. I love the story. I love the world. I love the actors involved. I love the music, the songwriters involved. I love Adventure Time. I just think it's a masterpiece. I think everyone should watch Adventure Time. I'm about to say the annoying cliche though. you might have to wait until like season 3 if you want to like really enjoy it. I know it's like it gets good at episode 700, but I mean it. I love it from season 1, just to be clear. I love everything. But from season 1 through season 2, it's still kind of like a kids cartoon exclusively almost. Because you know, it was running on Cartoon Network, so it had to be very kid friendly. And it remains kid friendly throughout the entire show, but as it gets further in the show and as Finn gets older, you start to explore more mature concepts like mortality and philosophy and, you know, like good people versus bad people. I love it. I love it so much. My favorite sitcom is Malcolm in the Middle. I mentioned that I have a bunch of siblings. I actually am the eldest of 5 kids. So I grew up in a big house, and I always really empathize with the cast of Malcolm in the Middle when I watched it. I remember they were running reruns when I first got access to cable, I think. And I was obsessed with it. I loved it so much. I've watched it on streaming services like 3 times over the last few years. I love it very, very much. I love that silly little show so much. I don't know, that's what my family's like. That's what it feels like in the Debonair household. So very special to me. I'll also summarize some of these. I love really like trippy stuff. So I really love Black Mirror, and similarly, I love The Twilight Zone. I love anything that makes me think. I love things that will stick in my mind and come up when I like show up in my dreams, for example. And I think Black Mirror and Twilight Zone are really good statements on society, and they're really good at satire. So I really, 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 really enjoy them. Some other standouts, Avatar: The Last Airbender was one of my favorite cartoons growing up. It was kind of special because it was a cartoon that I enjoyed and my parents really enjoyed. So the whole family would watch it together. We were all super invested. I think it's one of the best Western cartoons ever made. I think everyone should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think they're cooking sequel stuff right now, and I'm really excited for that. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender so much. It's so good. You need to watch Avatar. If you haven't seen it, I swear you gotta watch it. It's so good. Now, for the next chilling section, anime. I love anime so much. Surprise! Look at me. What did you think? My favorite anime by far now is Delicious in Dungeon, or Danjon Meshi, Dungeon Food. I love it very, very much. It is so good. My favorite anime was Boku Dake ga Inai Machi for years. Like ever since I watched it, it was number 1. It just was so sweet and nostalgic to me for years, because it satisfied both my love for nostalgia and also my love for murder mystery and my love for tension and drama. And also my love for kids conquering adults. I loved it. But Dungeon Meshi is just that good. It conquered it. It conquered my number 1 immediately. I've watched it like 10 times. It's been really difficult for me to avoid reading the manga because I'm so curious about what happens. But I love the voice actors too much. I want to see season 2, you know? I want that to be my first exposure to the rest of the story. So I'm waiting very, very patiently. I'm so desperate. I'm so desperate to know what happens. I've been so invested. I love every single character. I relate to Laios in particular a lot. I see a lot of myself in him, especially like my younger self, I guess. But yeah, I love Danjon Meshi so much. It's a good anime. Really, really good. Another standout on here that I have to recommend is Great Pretender. I especially love the way that Great Pretender handles culture and language, because without spoiling the concept too much, this anime involves a lot of globe trotting. Like they go to different countries in the world, and I think that they represent language and like culture really, really well throughout the anime. And it's just very well written. It really satisfies my love for thrillers. Like I love feeling a pit in my gut, and like when I'm watching something. It's really, really good at that. Like it makes you not know what's gonna happen next, and it makes you nervous for the characters at some points. Really, really, really good anime. I need you to watch it. It's so good. What else is a good standout here? Dragon Ball Z is a good one to mention because it's really nostalgic. They were also running reruns of this when I first got access to cable. And it was technically my first anime, I think. When I watched it, it was a cartoon to Kaelix, right? Kaelix thought it was a cartoon, not an anime. Like I thought it was a cartoon. But technically speaking, it was in fact my first anime. I love it very, very much. The characters are very nostalgic to me. I gotta announce though that I'm kind of a fake fan because I haven't seen all of it. I've seen everything from the beginning of Dragon Ball up to the Majin Buu arc. That's where I stopped. By that point, I guess I became too concerned with other parts of life and I just never caught up with it. I haven't seen anything of Super. I saw a bunch of the movies. I don't think the movies are canon, but I always loved those. I think the Tapion movie is the best one because I love swords, and Trunks is the best character, right? Trunks is so cool. I love Trunks. All right, for games, I love The Legend of Zelda. I know that this is supposed to be the uncapped stream, but I'm still going to try to control myself a little for now. I will say, any of these that lists a specific game, for example, it says Majora's Mask here, the next one says Splatoon 3, New Horizons specifically, please know that I also just love the entire franchise and every game before, during, after. I just thought I'd limit it so that the list is more varied. I love every Zelda game. Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game, followed by Twilight Princess, I think. Then it gets really hard. Then you start getting into a bunch of like three-way ties, but I actually really wanted to play Majora's Mask or Twilight Princess on start, but I really thought that Breath of the Wild would probably be a good first Zelda game. I feel like it's probably a good first exposure for people that aren't as familiar with Zelda. I think it gets a lot of criticism from true OG fans, and I get it because I related to it at one point, but I genuinely do think it does a really good job at being a Zelda game in its own way. So I hope you can look forward to that. We're starting that tomorrow, by the way. I love Splatoon. I've been playing it since Splatoon 1. I love it very, very much. I love the little squid kids. I spent a lot of time listening to Splatoon music. Off the Hook is the best musician group in the world, fictional or otherwise. They're #1 in the world. I need everybody to stream Nasty Majesty. Ebb and Flow on loop, right? Yeah. I love Animal Crossing. I've been playing that since City Folk, and then I went back and retroactively played Wild World and Population Growing. I'm really excited to play New Horizons. I wanted to do that week 1 as well, but I decided for Animal Crossing, I would wait until I could upgrade to a Switch 2, because that's coming out very soon. I desperately wish that we'd be cooking for long enough that it would come out before, but yeah, tragically, I'm gonna need to wait a bit longer. But yeah, trust and believe that when I am in possession of a Switch 2, we will be playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. Other standouts, I don't know if you're familiar with this one. Have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expanded free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn, and also the award-winning Heavensward expansion, and also the award-winning Stormblood expansion up to level 70 for free with no restrictions on playtime, now also available on Xbox? I had a big phase with Final Fantasy XIV. Admittedly, I only finished playing up to Stormblood, but that's because I'm really slow when I play it. I read every single word. I do every single side quest. I love when my game feels like a book. And Final Fantasy is really good at just giving you a book. You don't have to read it, but you can read it. I love it so much. So maybe we could pick that up sometime. I'd love to maybe join the free company if it's still active. Or maybe if they drop any big patch updates or something. I'd love to pick it up again. I won't name who it was, but actually another member of By the Beat expressed an interest in doing the same because he actually left off around the same point that I did. So we may even cook up a series together at some point. Who knows? Who knows? I really love Harvest Moon / like the Story of Seasons franchise. It's one of my favorites, most nostalgic ones. What else is there? I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon so much. Pokemon Black was my very first Pokemon game. My parents were too scared to let me play it because of a certain event, and then I taught them that it wasn't actually a problem, and now I love every Pokemon game. I get to play every single one. I really loved playing Pokemon Scarlet a couple years ago, I think. I really loved Legends Arceus, and I'm really excited for the next one that's cooking. So I hope to play some Pokemon games for you in the future. I also really love Rhythm Heaven. Amori really moved me. I'll talk more about these another time. My favorite artist is Sentimental. I think he's the most goated solo artist in the entire world. I think he's so cool. I just think nobody does it like him. He's goated with the sauce, and everybody wants what he has. No, I'm just kidding. That's not how you should talk about people. But I just think he's so cool. I admire him so much. I admire his voice and his style, and I've really loved his journey. Something I really love about him is that at the beginning of his songwriting career, a lot of his songs were very sad and pessimistic. But his last several releases in a row have been very uplifting and bright and like romantic, and it makes me so happy to listen to. I love Millie a lot. They're my favorite band. I really hope to cover a Millie song for you in the future. I don't know which one it'll be, but know that I am thinking about it, and it will happen someday, probably, maybe. Can't confirm it, but that's what I really want to do someday. I love Kenshi Yonezu for a lot of the same reasons I love Sentimental. Gary is probably my favorite vocal aid producer. I love Panda Dragon. I mentioned that I love idols, right? I'm especially drawn to like JP idol groups, especially male idol groups, because that's a lot of what I really want to do. So I love groups like Panda Dragon or Kurospia or Seible Pointo. I'm really, really drawn to those. I'm not like a true Oshi. Like I'm not very good at picking a favorite and really supporting them in that way, but I love to listen to their releases, and I love to watch their choreography videos, and I love their dance covers as well when it's a group that does those. I just love them. I love idols. Kanoe makes really good Celtic-inspired music. I highly recommend if you're in the mood for fantasy. Off the Hook, I mentioned Splatoon. I love Splatoon music. Ella Fitzgerald is my favorite jazz legend by far. I love jazz music, and I think she's the most goated vocalist in history. I just think she's so cool, and everybody should aspire to something similar if they're a vocalist. I want to be her so bad, but I will never be her. I love Ella Fitzgerald. Kikuo is another favorite Vocaloid producer. I especially love a lot of his more recent music. I've been very drawn to like the development in his style, but I've been an OG. I've been around for years. I've been listening to him. I also love Giovatsi, or Queen V. I really love Adbu-chan's vocal capabilities. I love her vocal stability. I could never dream of like flipping between octaves like she does. So I really enjoy listening to her for that reason. And the whole band is just so goated. I have my songs listed here. I'll spare you elaboration because you can honestly just like listen to them to find out more about them. But yeah, it's kind of consistent with my favorite artists and genres, right? I love jazz. I love bolero. I love J-pop. I love like any song adjacent J-rock, etc. All right, I'll move my head. I'll move my big head over here. In fact, I'll actually just slide my whole body over. How do I do this? All right, so for my other favorite things, my favorite animals are the monkey, the octopus, and the bird. I love all birds especially. I think they're very silly, but my favorite is the monkey. I love sunflowers, hyacinths, and hydrangeas. Sunflowers are my favorite flower, though. Somebody actually drew me with sunflowers recently, and I was like, how did you know? I didn't tell you that. As far as food goes, I love lasagna. Crab is probably one of my favorite like animal-type foods. I love cheesecake as well. For drinks, I drink a lot of throat coat tea. Actually, I have some with me right now. You want to have a sip? Here, let's get the sip. You ready? I also love room temp water. I actually go out of my way to like, because I drink from a thermos these days, I will actually boil half of the water in the thermos and then I fill it up the rest of the way with cold filtered water so I can have warm water to drink. And I also love hot chocolate in the winter. It's really nice. As far as hobbies go, I love singing, walking, and writing. I love to write stories. I really hope to write as many voice packs as I can in the future. I've written a couple. I wonder when those will come out. So as far as colors go, I love red. It's my favorite color. Yellow is a clean second. It's really close. And I also love orange. It's like a close third. I really love warm colors in general. It just makes me feel warm, you know? I love blue and green and like the colder, cooler colors as well. But my favorites are the warmest colors. As far as scents go, I love the smell of coffee. I love the smell of baked goods like pastries and bread. And I really love freshly mowed grass as well, like in the summertime. I love that smell so much. As far as fashions, I know you may have a different impression of me with my uniform, right? This is what I wear when I'm on the clock. This is what I wear on a clock. But I gotta say that in my own time, I actually prefer really old thrifted clothes. Like it needs to look like it's got a spirit attached to it or I'm not gonna buy it. So I wear a lot of old jackets and like just like really dusty looking flannels and collared shirts and ties. I love it. I just love it. I love a good steal and it makes me feel confident to wear it. Though I gotta disclaim that I don't have goated taste like Ryoma Senpai does, for example, because I know he's really good at coordinating vintage fashion and he's really passionate about it. We're not the same. We're not the same. I just see a good deal and I'm like, ooh, Kaelix like. Yeah, I'd really love to maybe learn more about what makes vintage fashion good and how to coordinate it properly maybe. But yeah, that's how I tend to dress in my free time. So maybe you'll catch me in a different outfit someday that looks like that. Who knows? As for my mama, I mentioned this on stream, but I was drawn by Sino Mama, Sino_M. So please go support them and check them out. I'm very thankful with the way that they drew me. Very thankful for the way that they drew me. I think they did such a wonderful job. They actually do a lot of really cool work that I'm really interested in as well, just as an individual. Namely, they have a lot of Animal Crossing illustrations that they've done as fan art, I think. I think it was fan art. And they also do a lot of official commissioned illustrations for Pokemon TCG. You may actually recognize some of their cards. I remember a friend of mine was telling me about a bunch of cards they wanted at one point, and one of the cards that they wanted just happened to be drawn by Sino Mama. And I was like, whoa, they don't know. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, I love their work so much. So I really hope that you can enjoy their work at least half as much as I do. So please go support them. I'm just on cloud nine over their work and over the work that they've done for me. All right, next up, I have to give proper thanks to all of the people that I commissioned for debut, because I had to really just breeze through everything before. So starting off, we have Maximus. This was the person responsible for the wonderful illustrations and the animation as well, the motion graphics for the lore videos for all 4 of us. I know Seible had an extra one, in fact, so that was a little different. But for the intro lore, right, that everybody had at the very beginning of the streams, this was all done by Maximus. They were so fast and so responsive to like revisions and stuff. I had a very particular vision, and they captured it so perfectly, and I'm on cloud 9 over it. I'm so happy with it. I'm so thankful that we went to Maximus. Thank you for your hard work. I appreciate it so much. I actually want to show you something. I got permission to show you this. All right. I want to show you the storyboard that I sent to Maximus so you can see just how goated they are, right? Because I didn't give them too much to work with, I feel. So here, I'll show you this first. This was the storyboard that I gave them. I gave them a bunch of 3D models and just basic descriptions. This is what they had to work with. And they cooked a freaking masterpiece. They cooked a movie with this. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I want a crumb of that artistic skill. And then I'll also show you this. I gave them really simple photographs of what I looked like in my youth as a model when I was really just at different stages of my career. And they took this and made it really cool as well. They just really captured what I was hoping for, and I'm just endlessly thankful for it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Maximus. I really respect your work, and I'm very thankful to have had you. Second, we have Mokusei-sama. This was the person responsible for my stinger. Have you seen it? Do you like it? Here, get a load of this. You ready? Whoa! You want to see it again? Whoa! You want to see it again? Whoa! No, I'm just kidding. I'm done. We're gonna cut it off there, but it's so good. They worked so hard. They were so quick. They were so responsive to revisions as well. And I just really appreciate it. I'm very happy with the stinger. I'm very thankful for it. So I hope that you like it as much as I do. And thank you so much, Mokusei-sama. Hontou ni arigatou gozaimashita. Next we have Crispy. Crispy is the one responsible for the 4 komas. The 4 koma illustrations that you see at the end of our debut streams. We really wanted to have like a WarioWare kind of lore moment at the end of our streams, and I think they got that vibe perfectly. It's worth mentioning here that they were animated by Zeal. I actually did the sound design as well. But all the illustration was done by Crispy. They gave us the most wonderfully splitted PSDs as well. They were so easy to work with. And I want to show you the storyboard I did for this as well. I'm still waiting on an okay to show you the storyboard for the final panels that I did, but I can show you for sure mine for now. So just as a recap, this was what we got in the end, right? This is what we got in the end. This is what we got in the end, and then I'm gonna show you what I gave them. This should be the new part, right? All right, there you go. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Imagine getting this and thinking, I'm gonna make this. Isn't that just bananas to you? So talented, so skilled, so wonderful, such a pleasure to work with. Thank you so much, Crispy. I really appreciate your work. Thank you so much for your hard work. All right. Next we have Yana-sama. This is the person who created the masterpiece you're listening to right now. I've admired his work for a long while now, and I've really wanted to get something from Yana-sama, so I'm very thankful. I was very particular in my request. I was like, please give me a bossa nova that has these specific 3 or 4 qualities. And I feel like Yana delivered. Like let's get into it. Like, it's so yummy. It's so delicious. I love it so much. I think it's really easy to talk over as well, which is really important for stream BGM. So I'm endlessly thankful. Hontou ni arigatou gozaimashita, Yana-sama. Arigatou. Next we have Engawa-sama. You didn't actually see this yesterday, but it's on screen today. And you may have seen it a couple times earlier as I received tips through Streamlabs, but the person responsible for my alert illustration, the little creature that pops up whenever I get a tip in the future, that was done by Engawa-sama. I likewise wanted something really silly and cute, but very specific, right? And I just think they delivered so flawlessly. Isn't it so appealing to look at? Look, he's like, mwah, 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 mwah. So yeah, I'm very thankful for it. Very happy with it. Thank you so much, Engawa-sama. Arigatou gozaimashita. Next we have Noru-san. Noru-san is a I don't know how to describe this. They make piano instrumentals, and they release them on Dova Syndrome. They make original instrumentals that you can use for free. So I didn't properly commission Noru-san, but you know, I used their work, so I think it's important to credit as well. And I really appreciate it. I think it really made the lore video interesting, and it made it a lot easier for me to block out, you know, the blueprint for it, to have that BGM in my mind. So Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Nori-san, arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you as well to Otologic, similar situation. This isn't somebody that I commissioned per se, but rather a source that I went to for this. This is where I got my sound effects. Really, really cool site. You should really check it out if you're ever in need of cool sound effects. They're really high quality. Highly recommend. Finally, we have the souvenir instrumental. This was made by Edokara, or like educational karaoke, I think is what it stands for. Their original mission statement was to make karaoke songs in English to educate Japanese people or to learn themselves, I think. These days, they make a lot of anime and J-pop karaoke tracks. And that's the one that I use for the karaoke section at the end of my stream. So I hope that you enjoyed. That concludes the credits, I think. But truly, every single person on this list has made me so happy. I'm endlessly thankful to have been able to work with such cool people. And I hope to work with people even half as cool in the future. Thank you once more. Arigatou gozaimashita! Okay, let's see. What's next? What's the next slide? Where did it go? Okay, there it is. Okay, my goals. Because I kept the list short for 1.0. I thought it'd be good to list off more specific like categories of goals. I won't go into detail about all of these just to spare you, but you can read all of these. I will say once again, I love singing live. I'm very thankful to be able to sing live for you. So I really look forward to karaoke streams in the future, things like concerts and maybe appearances at conventions if I can work for that. I really want to make lots of offline music as well, like pre-recorded original music, a bunch of covers. I've got so many in the oven that I'm thinking of, and that some that I've already started on. Who knows? I wonder. I also really want to collab with a lot of talents under the company. Specifically, my first priority is I want to do a duet with every single member of By the Beat. I'm gonna make it happen. They're gonna do it whether they want to or not. No, that's an exaggeration. They can always say no, but they won't because they love me, right? No, I'm just being silly. But yeah, I really want to collab with everybody. I'm really interested in singing with other people, so I hope to have many of those. As far as streaming goes, I really want to do a wide variety of stuff. I don't want to box myself into anything. I know that's usually a good move, is to box yourself in as like, oh, I'm a blank streamer, but I love to have a little taste of a lot of stuff. So I hope you don't mind if I spice things up every now and then. Namely, I really want to host an event of some kind. I really enjoy talking, as you might guess. I love to talk, so I'd really love to MC for something in the future. Something unrelated to me and my channel, right? I want to do an event. I want to do something for somebody else. I want to work up to that. I want to improve my skills as an MC, and I want to be worthy of hosting an event. That's one of my big goals. I want to practice voice acting. I'm a total amateur right now. I've been practicing for the last year or two. I'm trying my best to get better, so I hope to improve through voice packs in the future. I'm going to participate in as many as I can. You'll find that I'll probably skip some every now and then. Hope you don't mind, but I will do as many of them as I can manage with my schedule. Likewise, I love writing, as I mentioned before, so I hope to improve my writing by writing as many of the scripts as I can. I'm sure you know that people don't always write their own. It's actually the most easy process. It's the easiest, and I think the most common to have them done by somebody else, but I really want to try and push myself, at least now, to write as many of them as I can, so I hope you can appreciate it. Likewise, I really want to voice act for a third party, something unrelated to NIJISANJI someday. Who knows? Who knows what that could be? It could be a game. It could be like an event. I have no idea. I want to improve my language skills. I need to study Japanese properly, not just, coast on my half-baked pronunciation and then call it a day. As far as specific goals, I want to work towards a collab stream with someone. I want to be able to hold a conversation enough that I can stream with a JP senpai. I also, someday, in the super distant future, after I become like goated, if I manage that, I want to have a solo stream entirely in Japanese as well. Don't look forward to it, because if it happens, it'll be a while down the line. But yeah, that's a big goal of mine, is to improve enough that I can talk that fluidly and express every idea that much. Or that effectively, I guess. Likewise, I really want to relearn Spanish and get better than I was before. I studied it really seriously for 3 or 4 years when I was younger in high school. I was the only kid in my class that took it seriously. I went to a really small school, so people didn't really care about academia, but I took it super seriously. My Spanish teacher was actually a French teacher who just happened to also teach Spanish, so she could teach me how to read it and write it, but she didn't have much for me in the way of conversation, and I didn't have anybody else to talk to. So now that I've got some new friends that can speak Spanish fluently, or natively actually, I really want to, in the future, I want to push for maybe like collaboration, or maybe even just talking with them in Spanish off stream so I can improve it, maybe pick it back up, regain some of the vocabulary that I lost, because I actually in the past I took a biliteracy test, and I I failed it. Spoiler alert, I failed it. But I failed it specifically because of the spoken portion. My writing portion was really well, like, I wouldn't say it was great, but it was good. You know, it was a passing score. So I'd love to practice again. I want to broaden my gaming horizons as well. I don't want to just be a cozy gamer. That's my main thing, and that's the most of what you'll see. But I'd also like to try playing a horror game by myself someday. Because my one crutch when I need to play a horror game is that I need somebody there with me to hold my hand. I want to try it by myself someday. I want to work up the nerve to do that. Likewise, I want to practice at least one FPS game in the distant future. Feels like all my besties play FPS games except me. I just don't do it. Not me. It's just not me. Again, it's not something I feel obligated to do. It's something I want to do. I sincerely want to be able to enjoy these things like my friends do, and I want to be able to play these games with my friends. So I want to push myself to that someday. Finally, I want to laugh and smile together, as I mentioned. My goal is to make you smile. My goal is to make you laugh. I have a lot of fun streaming. Nothing makes me happier than to be able to just be a clown on here. It just it just makes me happy. So if I can make you happy as well, then we can be happy together. And that's so cool. And I love that. I just think it makes me feel better about my existence on this world. You know, I think in general, you should aspire to do something good for this world. It could be something so small. It could be as small as just, you know, keeping this one room in this one building clean all the time. It could be as humongous as changing an entire society for the better, right? I think if you contribute at least a little good to this world, then you win at life. So I kind of want my good to this world to be to make others smile. I will do my best in this endeavor. That concludes my goals. What else is there? Is that all the... I think that's all the slides. Oh, wow. That concludes all the slides. So, okay, I think now we can... Yeah, okay, I just confirmed. Now we can actually just go back to the home screen. We can do Q&A now until the stream ends or until we reach a good stopping point. Maybe also hit the green screen if we still got time. But mind you, there's somebody in line after me, so I got to be careful. All right, let's move to the home screen. You ready? Whoa! Here we are. I need to fix the chat so it doesn't do that refresh thing every time. Okay. Oh, I just realized I never ended the fan name Q&A. Sorry about that. All right. Let me start a new Q&A box. All right. Ask me anything. So I don't know if you were here earlier. If you're here like later, if you just popped in halfway through the stream, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching this in the future as a VOD viewer, hello from the past. Thank you so much for stopping by. Either way, if you're watching this live right now, this is the system, right? On your screen, on your little chat overlay, you should see a little blue, white, or black box appear. It says, ask me anything. What you're going to do is you're going to click ask something. You're going to type in your question, and you're going to press send. And it will send it to a little Q&A box that I can pull from. And then I will pick out the ones that I think you would like to know the answer to the most, or the ones that maybe the most people are asking about. Just anything that I think would benefit for you to know now. Anything else, I guess I could just cover another time. Since we are still a little limited. I know it's not as limited, but still a little limited, right? Okay. Okay, this one's kind of redundant, but I'm going to put it on anyway because... hold on, how do I do this? Okay, here's my... Or no, wait, this is wrong. Where is it? Oh, where are you? There you are. Okay, you see here in the bottom right corner? That's where I'm going to display the questions, okay? I set this up. All right, I'm going to paste this. All right, someone asks, will you do karaoke streams? I know that it's a little redundant because I have one on my schedule, right? Like everybody knows, but that doesn't say that I'm going to do streams plural, right? I'm here to confirm for you now that I will be doing karaoke streams plural. I want to someday push for regular karaoke streams. I won't be doing them regularly at first. I may never do it if I never get the feel for it, but I'm sure you understand. It's a little tedious to prepare a karaoke stream. So depending on my schedule, it'll be a little different, right? Yeah, I really love performing live, so I hope to do as many as I can. In particular, I really want to set up themed set lists. For example, someday I want to do, let's say, a set list only of songs from anime, or only of sad songs, or only Vocaloid songs, or only musical theater songs. And I'd like to archive as many as I can, depending on like which theme it is. So I hope that you can look forward to that. Of course, our first karaoke later this week is unthemed. It's just a bunch of random songs that I liked and that I like to sing. So I hope you can look forward to it anyway. But yeah, that'll be my general system. I want to do a clean enough mix of archived and unarchived. I'm sure you understand how this stuff works, but yeah, I will do my best in the future. So I hope that you can look forward to it as much as I do. Thank you so much for the question. Oh, and I should also mention that in the future, when it comes to unarchived karaokes, I want to ask staff about rebroadcasting unarchived karaokes periodically, ideally in like a different time zone. For example, I understand that my default time zone, like I falter, like, or not falter, what is the word I'm looking for? I fall to like standard EDT evening, I think is the best way to describe it. I like EDT evening and early night, right? But that would be a devastating time if you lived in, say, like Southeast Asia or Australia. So in the future, if it's unarchived, I want to see, I can't confirm it and I can't promise it, so don't look forward to it. But I want to look into whether I can rebroadcast them in a different time zone the day after, maybe. That's an idea that I have. Okay. I hope it's not a big problem with the time zone thing, by the way. I thought about it so much, but in the end, I thought it would be best to prioritize my own health, because no matter what time I stream, it's going to be bad for somebody. And I find that if I don't wake up in the morning where I live, I'm miserable for the rest of my consciousness. Like if I wake up and the sun's not out, it's grim. It's looking grim, buds. I just can't do it. I can't get through the day. I won't leave my bed. I'm just going to sit in bed. It's like, I can't do it. I need daylight. So I hope that's okay. I hope that you can enjoy my streams either way. Okay, let's see. Ooh, here's a good one. Okay, Control C. Okay, watch-alongs. Here, I'm gonna correct this for you. Watch-alongs. Yes, I would love to do watch-alongs. I'll have to look into it a bit more. I will share one idea I'd really love to do in the future. I want to do group watch-alongs with Batsavi, with By the Beat. I really want to expose the others to some films that I like, and likewise, I want to see some films that they like. So you may see me push that in the future. I don't know if I'll get away with it, but I'm really, really interested in doing watch-alongs. I really love to commentate a film, especially a film that everybody's seen, because then it's less of a nuisance to sit and like talk over it, you know? It's like shut up and watch the movie. But yeah, no, I really, really love talking with friends while watching things. In fact, these days when I watch movies, because I usually will just focus on my work, if I'm watching something, it's usually in a voice chat with my friends, and they'll be laughing and talking about it the whole time, and I really, really love that. So yeah, I definitely want to push for watch-alongs in the future. Can't guarantee it and can't guarantee when it will be, but yeah, it's definitely on my mind. Just rest assured in that regard, I guess. Ooh, okay. I see a couple here that I could actually combine into one. Okay, here, hold on. I'll copy this one, but I'll address a couple. So, someone asks, how down bad can we be in chat? And this feeds into a couple other ideas, right? So first we can talk about like not safe for work in general, right? I didn't write this in my rules, but I will clarify it now. And if it becomes a problem, I'll add it in writing to my rules later. But to start off, I would prefer to avoid anything explicitly not safe for work. I'd prefer to avoid any like really vulgar terms. It just, I don't know, it's kind of scary. I don't like that. That being said, a vague joke is okay. Like if it's really silly, if you can, like if it's tasteful and you're not using any really inappropriate words, I think it's fine. Just, you know, be cautious and be tasteful. Be mindful, you know, be debonair, be mindful. As far as like being down bad in the sense of being down bad for me, if you're so inclined for whatever reason, a little is okay, but please do me a favor and just keep it out of the chat so that I don't keep it out of the chat so that I don't get embarrassed. Also, I just noticed that the GIF feature is on. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to disable tip alerts until I figure out how to turn that off. I thought I disabled it. But anyway, yeah. It's not that it makes me uncomfortable. It's more like I'm gonna get too embarrassed to do anything. So when it comes to like flirting with me or like saying flirty things to me or about me, I think it's okay on social media, but it would make me feel a lot better if you kept it out of the chat, okay? I get too shy. And this also feeds into something I saw someone else asking about. I won't paste it just because they feed into each other in similar ways and it saves me time, but someone else asked about shipping, which is an important thing to clarify. I'm gonna make this totally clear for you, but I also have to like establish the caveats, all right? I am totally cool with and for shipping. I think it is so epic. In fact, I want it to happen. I think it's so fun. I love it because it results in a bunch of cool art that I love to look at. However, you know what I don't love? I do not love it if I am shipped with someone who does not want to be shipped with me. So I ask very politely and kindly that if you ship me or make ship content that involves me, that you do your due diligence and make sure everybody else involved is cool with it, okay? Please do me a favor and make sure that everybody else is cool with it. Or at least that they haven't said in words that they are not okay with it, right? I know it can be a little tedious, but please do me a favor and keep up with that. Similarly, I understand that shipping, while fun, can be a very divisive thing. So I am also going to humbly request that if it's romantic in nature or like anything really lewd, that it stays out of the art tags in general. Please feel free to invent your own art tags for that. I just find that people don't always agree about ships and it can be really rough. And I think that it might make people upset if they open like my regular art tag and see a ship that they're not happy with, for example. I want every tag to be safe for everybody. So please, again, feel free to establish any tags that you'd like for yourself as like a fan community hosted tag. I will not intervene. I will not acknowledge it out loud, but I might be watching. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, no, I'm totally for it. But also another caveat I have to establish, similar to like the down bad thing, please keep it out of stream chat. Please keep it out of mine. Please keep it out of everybody else's. Keep that on social media and keep it out of any like general tags, please. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm totally for it, but please be mindful, be respectful to everybody else. Be mindful of where you're doing it. I think that covers it. Please feel free to submit more like elaborative questions in the Q&A box though. I am going to try to save these before I end the Q&A so I can actually address them later on if I miss it today. But yeah, just be mindful. Be mindful. That's honestly the general answer for almost any question you could ask. Just be mindful. All right, let's see. What else can we do? Let's see. Ooh, okay. Here, I got one for you. Okay, Control C. How do you feel about your NIJISANJI senpais? I can't stand. No, I'm just. Could you imagine? Walking in and immediately just beefing with everybody. I love my senpai so much. I feel so privileged and honored to be able to work with such cool people. I'm very, very excited to get to know them more in the future. My interactions with them have been very limited. I'm sure you can imagine so far. I haven't existed for very long, and they did not know me for very long before we all existed. It was a very, very short period. So there's a lot that we have left to learn about each other, but I really admire them. I really, really admire all their work. I really, really want to like make something similar in the future. It inspires me to no end. So I really, really love my senpais. Rest assured, you will see many a collab in the future. I think I mostly want to focus on me and by the beat at first. I don't know how long, but yeah, in the future, as I start to ease into NIJISANJI a bit more, specifically EN, you'll see more collabs. I just want to be cautious, you know. I don't want to insert myself out of nowhere and be like, "Hi everybody, now you have to like me." I'm sure they're gonna love me, right? I'm sure, right? But I want to take my time with it. I don't want to be weird about it. I don't want to be someone that they have to roll their eyes about. Yeah, interactions have been very nice so far. I love them all so much. They're very sweet, very silly. They've had so much good advice as well. That's what I really, really love lately. Because, you know, we're total newbies. We're all total newbies right now. We don't know the first thing. We don't know left from right. And they've all got such specific and like, it's like advice that you can apply, advice that you can put into practice, right? And that's the best kind of advice, more than just like a general platitude of like, just don't think about it, or just do this instead. It's always like, do this in this specific way and this will happen. And that is the best advice ever. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous at all to start streaming, but I feel much more confident having the support of such epic talent. So yes, I love my senpais very much. I saw a pair of eyes. Oh god. Oh no. Let's see. Oh, there's so many good questions. It's so hard to choose. Okay, a lot of people are asking this, so I will go ahead and answer it. I'll elaborate on it. A bunch of people are asking about Oshis in Niji. I will not name any Oshis in EN because the real and true answer is that I love everybody equally, right? But I do feel a bit better about naming JP Oshis. I have a split two-way Oshi. Two-way Oshi. I love two talents very, very much. I am most in this world, most inspired by Inami Senpai and Hibachi Senpai, the two boys of Zaboon. Both from the Hero Waves. I just think they're very, very cool. In general, I really, really love any talent who has a very silly personality, but takes music very, very seriously, like becomes a beast when they're on the mic. And I think they both embody that really, really well. I'm endlessly inspired by them. I really want to be someone like even half as cool as they are. So yeah, I love Inami Senpai and Hibachi Senpai most of all, I think. But there are so many that it's honestly still a really difficult answer. It's a really, really difficult answer. It's the same with EN. It's honestly just so much harder to answer with EN just because I'm so much more familiar with EN, you know? Because I'm monolingual. It's a lot harder for me to understand Japanese streams. So when it comes to watching JP livers, I'm much more active in consuming their music, and then I'll just like passively play their streams in the background. But I admire them so much. They're all so hardworking and so cool. To answer that one. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, there's so many. Okay, here. This was funny. I did actually see this one today. Have you seen Wilson and Claude reacting to you calling them out during your debut? I have. I can confirm, because I saw it mentioned. I saw like a clip of it today. I can confirm that I did not hear the audio as I was doing it. I would not have been able to focus if that were the case because they were yapping the whole time. But I did in fact hear it today, and I thought it was very goofy. I don't know. I knew from the beginning that during the debut, I wanted to address the people that were in the program in some way. Just because I really appreciate that they do the program. You know, you don't have to do something like that. I really appreciate that they were there to support our debuts. So I feel like the least I can do is drop a reference, right? And I just think they're so cool. So if I can give them a short laugh, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I am aware. It was very fun. And it was very fun to listen to their reactions to everybody else's debuts as well. I don't know. I think we might be a music group. Do you guys know? I can't tell. And there was really funny comedic timing too with Wilson specifically. I feel like maybe we just have similar minds, I guess. Like we think in similar directions. Because he would say something and then moments later I would say something really similar. It was really goofy. Okay. Here's a good one. Here's a really good one that I gotta answer. How do you feel about your genmates, the other members of NIJISANJI 11th Wave, NIJISANJI EN 11th Wave, by the beat? I love every single one of them very, very much. And you know what? I love them all so much. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about every single one of them individually. I'll start with, here, we'll go government assigned order. We'll go with debut order, right? So Seible's first. Something I really, really love about Seible is that he has a very enterprising mind. You know, he's a very individual thinker. He's got a lot of big ideas and plans for how to make those ideas happen. Honestly, he's going to be a monster. You're not ready for Seible. He's very, very clever. He's very, very inventive, very creative, and I really, really admire that about him. I also love how compassionate he is. This is a really big one for me. I think Rio mentioned during his debut that we actually did, in fact, go to Japan together before debut. We spent a week in Japan. Tragically, I think this happened to Clara Senpai when Denath went to Japan, but similarly enough, if that is the case, if I'm remembering correctly, I fell ill day one. I got sick and I spent half of the trip, more than half of the trip, quarantined in a hotel room. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in my room. It was so sad. It was the most tragic timing ever. But yeah, I was stuck in my room, so a bunch of our plans got canceled. I had a really wonderful first day in Japan. It was great. It was my first time traveling overseas. It was my first time traveling to a town that big as well. I say town, city, metropolis, actually, because I live in a very rural town. But yeah, it was humongous. It was fun. And then I spent the rest of it in bed. And the same day, I didn't even say anything to the others yet. I had only spoken to staff about it. I was like, hey, I'm really sick and I'm very sorry, but I can't do anything anymore. What do I do? What do we do? How do we fix this? I didn't say anything to them. I don't think I even sent it in a channel where they could have seen it, but they weren't pinged. They would have had to look for it. Same day, Seible had prepared like this care package of food and drinks and something that really stuck with me. He went out of his way to get me a box of Darjeeling tea and a container of honey. And the reason that stuck with me is because months prior, when we were in training, just getting to know each other, I told him that when I'm sick, I really like to drink tea with honey and that it makes me feel better just because that's what my mom would give me when I was little. And he remembered that. And it just really stuck with me. He's very, very sweet. And even after that, the whole trip, he was very dedicated to like checking on me and making sure I was okay. And he would give me updates on what they did that day so I didn't feel left out. He's such a sweetheart. I love Seible. He's so good. Next up in the debut order, we have Mr. Freodore. Freodore. Something I really love about him is that he's very, very considerate. He's very mindful. He's the most mindful of us all, ironically enough. I know I've made that like a tagline of sorts for me, but he thinks about every single thing in any situation. He's the first one to come up with like, oh, wait, I think this could be better. Or like, oh, wait, wouldn't this be a problem? And I really, really, really appreciate that because I find that whenever I'm in a real-time like planning situation, for example, like we need to plan this collab or figure out this event or figure out the schedule for this, I'm always fine with everything when the meeting is happening. And then after the meeting's over, it's like I've got 10 billion questions that I forgot to ask because I didn't know about them yet. And I'm like, oh, wait, I should have said this. Frio says it on the spot every single time. Like he's always the first person to raise his hand. And I love that very, very much about him. It's helped me a lot so far. And that also extends to him just interpersonally, like in our just friendship, because he's very mindful of like, oh, would you mind this? Or would this be okay to do? Or, oh, I think this would be good for us because X, Y, and Z. And I just really, really appreciate that he's so thoughtful, you know, because I don't know. I especially appreciate it as someone who's, for better or worse, I can be a bit thoughtless sometimes. Things just slip right past me. It's like in one ear and out the other, and I just totally forget everything. So I really, really love and appreciate and admire anybody who is like the direct opposite. And I feel very like complimented by that, you know, complimented in the sense of like having a matching pair that works with each other's abilities. So I feel like he really makes up for my weaknesses in that way. Simultaneously, I also really admire his vocal abilities and his mixing abilities. I want to be half as cool as him, especially with mixing. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Ji-san. We have Mr. Zeal Ginjoka. I really, really love that guy. He is very... Oh, there's so much to say about him, especially. I feel like I really clicked with him early on. I think we have a lot of interests in common, especially. We like a lot of the same cozy games, for example, so I really look forward to the chance to play some with him in the future. And he's very, very, like... He's very sweet in the sense that like if something troubles me and I don't say anything because I don't know yet that it's really troubling me, he's the one to reach out and be like, hey, how'd you feel about this? And I'm like, oh, actually, I didn't really like that. He's like, yeah, I had a feeling. How do you want to fix this? Right? And I don't know. I really appreciate that about him. He's very, very like proactive is the word I'd use. He's very proactive. That's the best word. He's proactive in reaching out and making sure that everything's cool. And he's similarly to Frio, he's very considerate of things, right? Likewise, I also really, really respect and admire his talents, his skills as a musician. I'm honestly floored. I feel like I won the lottery big time to be here with him. Gotta work like 10 times harder to keep up, honestly. I just think he's so legendary. I admire Zeal so much. He is a cherished member of By the Beat for me. Yeah, I really look forward to working together more and to getting to have some chats on streams. I feel like I think another thing to mention about him is he makes me laugh the most, sometimes just with the way that he delivers things. For example, a really recent one that's been killing me is it actually relates to Finana Senpai. It's gonna sound so ridiculous, but there was this moment when we were talking as a group when I don't remember what the context was exactly, but we were gonna mention everybody in debut order as a joke. It was kind of like a name every NIJISANJI liver kind of joke, you know what I mean? And so someone else said Illyra first, and then I was like, how do I describe this? Sometimes I'll purposefully misspell things because I think it's funny. I'll just like let my hands type without my brain intervening. So what I typed was, here, I'm gonna show you here. Hold on, how do I do this? Okay, I'm gonna show you how I spelled it right here. All right, so you can see it in writing before I say it out loud. I spelled it like this. It was like, okay, I spelled it like this. And nobody responded immediately. But you know what he said? He did a voice message and he said, Binanana Ragugu? With a question mark. And it killed me so bad. I was like in hysterics. I responded with like 6 voice messages just crying over it. It kills me so bad. Oh wait, he gave me permission to play it. I asked him if I could show this on stream and he said that I could play it out loud. Hold on, I need you to hear it. Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I need you to hear the way he said this. Okay, hold on. I gotta go to our little server. Okay, where are you? Where are you? All right. Oh god, I'm so excited for this. Okay. I pinned it too so that I'd be able to find it. Is it this one? Okay. All right, you ready? Here, I'm gonna do you a courtesy and I'm gonna lower the BGM for this. You ready? Okay. It cracks me up so bad. It's so stupid. It's the stupidest thing in the world. I was in hysterics. It's not as bad for me now as it was before. I've had time to recover from it, but it got me so bad. He's the funniest person in the world to me. And then there's also I'm Zeal Ginjoka, by the way. That also killed me. Finanana Ragugu. Oh god. Killed me so bad. It got me so bad. Yeah, I think Zeal's one of the funniest people in the world. You should look forward to him. Yeah, I think that covers my... I just noticed you misspelled it too. Gen Mantis. Okay. Let's see. I think you're going to hit 1 or 2 more questions, depending on how long they are. Then I'm actually going to have to cut it off so that I can raid into Mr. Zeal. By the way, hi. I see you there. Can you take off your glasses? Oh, wait, here. I'll paste this too so you can see it. Yes, in fact, I can. I actually took a little picture of it. I did a little checky for you with it, but I can show you now anyway, just because I think it's pretty fun to pull them off every now and then. I really love my glasses, though, so you won't see it very often. So it's like a little treat. You ready? You ready? You ready? Whoa. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Blue-eyed stare. Girl, please give her some brown contacts. Is that what it was? I'm trying to remember what it said exactly. But yeah, are my eyes cool? Something you may not notice as easily when I'm wearing the glasses actually is that I have some green in there too, you see? Oh yes, I should mention this. I'm not going to display it on stream right now just because I'll post it anyway, but I do actually have a full character reference that I have prepared. And I plan to post it on Twitter today or tomorrow. So look out for that if you're interested in having all the details, all the colors to pick from. It just crossed my mind because of the green, right? All right, let's see. I think I can hit 1 more. I can hit 1 more. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'll address this one. I asked everyone how they felt about it before, and they were all cool with it. They said it was unavoidable, but I'll be a little vague about it. Out of By the Beat, are you one of the younger or older members? Kaelix is the maknae. Kaelix might be the maknae. I am the youngest. And it results in some very silly interactions between us sometimes. Because I feel like my sense of humor and my way of communicating can sometimes be a little bit too young for them. But we're not that far apart, I feel. But yeah, no, I'm the baby, which is kind of goofy because I'm also supposed to be security, right? I'm the protector, but I feel like I always end up getting protected by them instead. It's kind of embarrassing actually. I gotta step up. I gotta lock in. Okay, let's see. I lied. I'm gonna do more. We can hit in like 1 or 2 more even. Let's see. You know what? I will address this one because multiple people are asking about it. I'm gonna address it. I wasn't gonna say anything, but you know what? I will. This is the best time to do it, in fact. How do you feel about the Gojo comments? I don't hate it, but it's not funny to me. like I'm not gonna laugh at it. It's more like it's one of those things where I see the appeal the first time, maybe the second time and the third time. Yeah, I think that covers it. But I feel like it's kind of inevitable. We kind of, we got the same chic about us. We got the same look. But yeah, I don't mind it. So please don't worry about it or anything. But yeah, just know that I'm not gonna acknowledge it or laugh about it or anything. But also that's just kind of content creation in general. You're always gonna have someone that you're compared to. For example, I think that Mr. Zeal Ginjoka is dressed to kill Tanjiro's family specifically. Who said that? But yeah, no, I think it's just the way it is. Yeah, to address that properly. I realize this is like the stream for clearing things up. Let's see. How much time do I have? Okay, I'll do this one because it actually feeds into the thing I wanted to do. Okay, let me see. Hold on. I have to set this up properly. Where is it? Where is it? I just saw it. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Okay, copy. All right. Do you have any special toggles? Yes, I do. And I almost totally forgot that I wanted to do like a green screen moment, right? So let me fix up my green screen really quick so I can show it to you. I'm gonna show you the full. I'm gonna show you the full reveal. Well, maybe not the full reveal, but I'll show off some of my toggles on a green screen so you have something to work with, maybe. Just in a moment. Where is it? Okay. And also, just so it's totally full screen, I will turn off the chat for this screen, all right? I hope you don't mind. All right, let me make sure the live mic is on as well. All right, you ready? Let's go. Hi. Oh wait, I just realized I turned off the BGM. Is it better without the BGM? Who knows? Anyway, here, I'll grab it. I missed my BGM already. It just makes me so happy. All right, so here I'll start. We'll start off with the default. This is what you'll see the most because I love it the most. All right, I love this look. We'll start at the bottom, just like before, right? But this time we're actually doing it the real way, right? So we got my boots. I love my boots. I love the yellow in them. I love the little buckles and straps. I think they're very cool. I love the color of my pants. My legs are really long, aren't they? I feel like it doesn't really show in my debut stream because of the way I formatted it, but I love my gloves. This is where we can start with the toggles, I think, actually. Because, you know, just like any gloves in the world, you don't actually have to wear them all the time. You can take your gloves off if you want to, right? Where is this? Is it you? Pretty nice, right? Keep clean nails. I try to grow my nails out a little bit, but not too much. I'm actually very proud of it because I used to be a really big nail biter for years since I was a kid. And I finally broke that like a year ago, thanks to a New Year's resolution that I was successful in. Very thankful for that. And then you got my charm in full res. You notice that it kind of glows when the light reflects off of it. Isn't that so epic? And then scrolling up a little bit, we can get a sense of some other toggles. So here on the top, as you can see, I'm wearing a coat. It has sleeves, but I think sleeves worn traditionally are kind of boring, so I wear it as more of a cape, because I just think more people should wear capes, honestly. I think capes are cool, just like I think swords are cool, and people need swords and they need capes. But if I chose to take off my cape coat thing, I could just strip down to this layer. Fun little, like, undershirt moment. Tucked into the pants, you know. I love this plant motif on my shirt is another one of my favorite parts of the design, so I had it used in my overlays. I love the diamonds as well. Love all the little gemstones and the chains that dangle around and glow, and yeah, I love it very, very much. Finally, I also have a turtleneck under everything. I don't think I'll use this very often just because it's a little bland. I feel like I need a little more. You need to jazz things up with some layers, right? So you won't see this too much, maybe for a short or two in the future, I don't know. And then with every single layer, I can also take off my glasses. Pretty fun, right? This concludes my green screen presentation. Okay, I'm gonna go back to default actually. Gotta bundle up, we're gonna go outside after the stream is over maybe, who knows. All right, let's go back to the home screen. And thus concludes the Q&A, the green screen. That's like everything I wanted to do for today. So, we're gonna prepare the end of the stream. We're gonna I need to figure out how to redirect again. Hold on. Gotta make sure this is set up to go into Mr. Ginjoka's stream. Give me just a moment. Because I think I mentioned this on the tweet, but I don't know if I talked about it on stream today. I've already forgotten. But we actually worked together to schedule our debut 2.0s as a relay. Each person gets 2 hours, and yeah, I talked about this, but I'll talk about it again anyway. Each person gets 2 hours. It's going in an order that was determined based on our preferred time zones. So next up is Mr. Zeal Ginjoka. He's gonna yap his head off as well, I'm sure. Probably about music. You saw the presentation, right? He's gonna talk to you about music. He's gonna talk to you about like artists and singers and producers probably. So hope you can enjoy having your tastes expanded because this guy has goated taste. All right, I have it ready. And with that, I think that's everything for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been a joy to hang out today. I'm very happy that I got to see you again. Before you go, though, I have to show you my schedule again. I almost forgot. Okay, hold on. I have that on this layer, I think. Where is it? Okay. Oh, and I can redeem myself. I don't know if you guys saw, but the debut curse is actually real after all. Because when I had my debut presentation and I had the schedule, there was a moment, you may remember, where I went like this, right? I went like this, and then I just went silent. I was like, oh, it looks like crickets, right? The reason for that is because I have two buttons that are very close to each other. One of them is a reverb button, which you're hearing right now. And my plan was to do an internal monologue, but instead I hit the mute button, which is right next to it. So this is where I redeem myself and kind of atone for the debut curse, right? All right, here you go. This is what I did. This is what you would have experienced if I had a perfect debut. You ready? Oh wow, it looks like tomorrow he's playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh, that's so cool. I love Zelda. And that one's such a popular one. Oh, I'm so excited to find out how this game works. Look at that. It's a farming sim. He's playing Stardew Valley the next day. Oh, wow. I love farming sims. I'm so excited for that. I'm sure he's going to talk the whole time. Oh, wow. Look at that Splatoon 3. Oh, he's a Splatooner. Oh, look at that Azatsudan in outer space. How's he going to get up there? I have no idea. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, and look at that Shashingo. He doesn't even speak Japanese. How is he going to make that happen? Oh, wow. And look, it's a first collab with By the Beat Buckshot Roulette on Friday on Seible's channel with pill shots for Batsuge because we love each other, right? And oh, look at that. He's finishing the week with a karaoke stream. Oh, wow. First week karaoke. This guy's crazy. What? Yeah, that was my plan. And then I was going to be like, wow, your internal monologue is so goofy. But yes, that is my schedule for the rest of the week, so please feel free to tune into the rest of the streams. I will have hashtags for you as soon as possible. I'll submit those for review as soon as I can, and I'll report them both on Twitter and then in whatever stream is next after I figured them out. In the meantime, if you would like to use any of those tags functionally, what I'd ask you to do instead is, for example, if you want to use the asset tag, like making an asset, instead of posting it under the whip tag that I haven't determined yet, just use the art tag and then like include a little note in the replies that's like, hey, you can use this, by the way. Kaelix Debonair, you can use this, you have my permission. Or like, hey, you can use this in your thumbnail if you want. Because I need permission to use it, I'm sure you know. I wouldn't want to use it if you weren't cool with it, right? So that's how we can kind of get around this in the meantime. But again, I will have it for you as soon as I can. That concludes the stream. I gotta get out of here. He's gonna start his loading screen if he hasn't already. All right. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye.